Welcome back, everyone. I know I've been kind of slow on these preview reviews. I've been prepping for Vegas. In fact, I'm recording this video the morning I'm supposed to leave for Vegas. That's how far behind I am. But we're going to get into the final revealed character, which is Woman, and then some of the back page cards, which I'm excited to talk about. So, getting into Woman, the female Nomu. She is a 5-hand size, 34 health character, with Nomu and Villain as her traits. She has Evil, Fire, and Void as a symbol spread. Interesting spread. Her abilities are Enhance, remove one card from your discard pile. Your attack gets +1 speed and +2 damage. If you removed an attack, it gains an additional 2 damage. So it can be a +1/+2 or a +1/+4 on every one of your attacks. That's pretty strong. That is really strong. A lot of people will remove 3 cards from their discard pile for 1 damage with Box Full of Babies. Imagine... Hello, Sam. Imagine removing 1 card for +1 speed, +2 damage. That's nuts. And then Response Commit. Before the block step of your rival's attack, it gets -3 speed, draw 1 card. That's an incredible defensive ability. That means you have no cards in your hand, you make their attack slower, and you get to draw a card. And hopefully block that attack. Or maybe you have a card in hand to block with, you make the attack slower, you block with your 1 card in hand, and you still get to draw an additional card for an additional block. So that's going to make chipping through this 34 health much more difficult. All in all, as a character, I like it. I think this is going to be a fun one to play. Moving on to her suite, we have Resounding Screech. Okay, it's a weird... Her hair looked weird. Just an aside on the art, I don't like seeing the pupils. I think she looks much more threatening with just the whited out eyes. And seeing the pupils here really kind of throws me off a little bit. So Resounding Screech. A 4 difficulty, 3 control, 2 mid block, 4 mid for 4. It's got Fury and Taunt as its keywords. Again, a taunt that is not sharing symbols with Keimi Utsushimi makes me sad. It has a static that says you can include up to 8 copies of this card in your deck. So we've already seen a copy of this ability with Ectoplasm Clones, allowing us to use 8 of those. And for all my retro friends out there, you were able to run 16 copies of Red Eye Capsule from the old Cowboy Bebop set. So this is interesting. And then it has a response, Mill 2, so send the top 2 cards of your deck to the discard pile. After this attack is removed, your attack gets +1 speed. So that means if we remove it for Woman, we get 2 speed and 4 damage for removing 1 card from our discard pile. That's crazy. 2 speed, 4 damage for removing 1 card? Why would you even run Floating Around My Babies for that kind of stuff? And then, you have Endeavor who can mill 4 for 2 speed, and if you've cycled, you get 3 damage as well. So for 1 less stat, you're removing 1 attack card from your discard pile, and that attack is Resounding Screech, which really has no purpose outside of being removed. I think that's pretty solid. I also love that on the evil symbol, you have access to the Kurogiri 2 card, Polite and Well Spoken. If it's removed, you can play it from your Remove from Game pile off of evil. That is going to be crazy. That's going to be insane in this character. I am so excited to build Woman. Speaking of excited to build Woman, we have her ultra rare Rupture Driver. This is a 5 difficulty, 3 control, 4 high for 5 with a +2 high block. It's got Fury and Punch as its keywords. It's got 3 enhances, the first of which is remove 1 card from your hand. This attack gets 2 speed and 2 damage. If you remove a Resounding Screech, it gets 3 speed and 2 damage. Then if you remove a card from your discard pile, it gets, 4 speed and up to 8 damage? 6 damage? So you remove a card for 2/2. If you remove a Resounding Screech, it gets 3/2. And then if you remove another Resounding Screech with Woman, it gets 2/4. So 3/2 and 2/4 is 5/6. So it becomes a 9 high 11 for removing 2 Screams from 2 abilities. 9 high 11? That's nuts. It says Enhance Mill 3, so discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Your rival spends 1 momentum. some good momentum hate. I like that. I will also be going over the, speaking of momentum hate, I'll also be going over the reprints in another video that we're getting, since they revealed all of those recently. And then enhance, if your character has the Nomu trait, draw one card. So if you're Kurogiri, who would love to play this card because he loves being able to remove stuff from his discard pile and such. If you're Kurogiri 1 or 2, if you're Nomu, if you're high end, yeah. And then if you're woman, is going to be really, really good, especially since most Nomus are 5-handers. So being able to get that free draw is really going to be useful. And then we have her foundation, Incubating. A 1 difficulty, 5 control, plus 3 low block. It says enhance, remove 1 card from your discard pile. This attack gets -1 speed. My retro players will also remember a card called Explosive Acrobatics, which I believe had these exact same stats and this exact same effect. Only thing different is it has Void instead of Water. And that card was great. I loved that card. That card was great, repeatable speed hate. Especially when it came in clutch when you needed it. And like I said, you have Polite and Well Spoken, which allows you to play it from your remove from play zone. I need to check something on that real quick. You may play this card as a form from your remove from game pile. Okay. So you can only play it as a form. You can't block with it from your remove from game pile. But still, you can constantly be building it in, destroying it with something, removing it, building it in, destroying it with something. So if you have some repeatable foundation destruction to, say, give more minus speed or plus damage or something like that, it's a really good loop that you'll be able to run on your spams. And that is Woman's Kit. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to start brewing. And we've seen most of the cards so far now, including the reprints as of time of recording. I'm sure when I get back from Vegas, we'll have everything, and I'll be able to start my day 0 builds. And Woman's definitely one that I'm more excited to build. Funny enough, the 5-handers in this set are really, really turning my gears. You got Mei, you've got Ryukyu, Asui, Woman. Not a lot of the 6 and 7s are really piquing my interest this go-around, but that's okay. I love playing 5-handers. I love using my health as a resource and making my opponent absolutely work for every health point. But moving on, let's start the back page, shall we? With Decay Awakened, a 7 difficulty, 4 control action with a +2 mid-block. It's got Death, Evil, and Void for its symbols. It says first form, remove, destroy all foundations and all assets in all stages. Build the top card of your deck face down. Your combat phase ends. This is pretty much a direct reprint of a card called Detonation, which was an old Wily card from Dr. Wily from Mega Man, and it basically had all the exact same stats and abilities. And yeah, you just board wipe the whole field, and then you get a face down foundation. If you've got any on-destroy abilities from your stage, if you I know in Wily there was a lot of cards that would build them you a new foundation if they were destroyed, so it was a really good way to just reset your rival's board but build your own board. This was also on an attack called Dragon's Tongue, except you didn't get the build because it could also deal 7 damage. So that was real fun. I'm really excited to see this card make it back. And considering all of the ultra rares have alternate arts, I'd love to see what the alternate art for Decayed Awaken looks like. And then our last preview for today is Kaminari's Sharpshooting Gear. It's an asset. It's got 3 difficulty, 5 control with a +2 mid-block. It's got Tech and Unique as its keywords, Air, Chaos, and Good for its symbols. It says response commit. After you play a charge attack, you may change its zone. Add the top card of your deck to your momentum. Alright, that's pretty cool. Just automatically changing our zone at response speed and we get a free momentum. That's pretty solid. And then Deadlock Enhanced Destroy. Your charge attack gets 5 speed and 3 damage. This says your rival's not allowed to go into deadlock. This says Younger Toguro better kill you freaking quick. Or you are about to get 5 speed, 3 damage. You have momentum that you can just dump into a powerful or something like that. this card's fun. This is a fun rare, and I really like the design of this asset. It puts a lot of pressure on your rival's deadlock state. So if you've got ways to flip your rival's foundations to kind of push them into that deadlock zone, that's really good. And then after you play the charge attack, you can just change the zone and you get a free momentum for Echo or Powerful or EX. That's really solid. I love that. I think that's really good. And I think with Denki 2, where if your attack has the charge keyword, you can discard all of your momentum and commit a rival foundation for each momentum spent. And then if they're in deadlock, you can pop for 5 speed and 3 damage and just make your attack unkillable and undodgeable. That's going to be solid. So yeah, sorry, I've got a cat on my lap and he won't get comfortable. I think he knows I'm leaving. But yeah, so that's the start of the back page. I only did the 2 back page previews because most of this is up on UVS Ultra. I'm not using Facebook anymore for the previews. And this was just an easy way to tag where I left off. So yeah, we're going to be getting into some attacks next time if I don't do the reprints. I'll probably save the reprints for last because it's at the end after the secret rares. But yeah, so what do you guys think? What do you think of Woman, and what do you think of some of these back page cards so far? Now that we've seen all the playable kit characters, there are some characters in the reprints, but now that we've seen the full kit characters, what do you guys think? Who is the character that strikes your fancy the most? I'd be interested to hear what you guys think. For me, it's definitely the 5-handers, Mei, Asui, Ryukyu, and Woman. But I'm sure there are some others I can't think of off the top of my head right now. Kendo seems fun. But, oh, and Momo 3 has a lot of crazy stuff going for her. And I really like Mina 3. I know a lot of people are saying Mina 2 is just better Mina. I think I'm going to try to prove people wrong with Mina 3. I really enjoy Mina 3. But that is it for today's preview review. By the time you watch this, I will have already been in Vegas, likely, if I can't get this uploaded beforehand. If I can get it uploaded beforehand, I will see you guys in Vegas. Have fun, and I will see you in the next one. See ya!